All right. Hello, everyone. And if you can hear me, let me know, please. And hi, Tara. Thank you for dropping in. So, the reason I'm doing this kind of stream of a replay of Megan Boswell is because um, she recently just had her trial and then she was found guilty today. I just found out today that she had her trial. I didn't know that this was going on the whole time. So I'm kind of interested to replay the readings that I got 4 years ago because I honestly don't remember what I got throughout all the readings. I think we did like 4 or 5 different live readings on her, and again 4 years ago. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in order to the best I know because they all just say 4 years. I'll try to look in the descriptions and see the exact date on each one, but I'm kind of going by the title so far because they kind of a little bit self-explanatory, kind of tell you what's going on as each one. But again, these are live, so there's probably going to be information mixed in here about other stuff every now and then. And again, this was 4 years ago. So I'm going to go ahead and just start the live, and I will have my microphone on mute, and then I will be dropping in and out of chat. So hello, Tara. So I kind of gave a quick summary, that we're going to be replaying these lives and stuff. So that we can kind of see what we got for Megan Boswell like 4 years ago. And then at the end of all these lives, I might do one part or two, depending on how long they all are. And then at the end of that, I'm going to go ahead and stream the Boswell trial just because I haven't seen it. So I do want to see it. And I wanted to stream this first before I watched it because, again, I don't really remember what happened. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And if y'all have any questions, you can drop them over here in the box. And then if I get a chance, maybe we'll pause it. If not, we'll just let it play straight through. And then, I can do commentaries and switching, readings. But let's just go ahead and start and see what we get. Again, this was 4 years ago, so I was a lot younger. I probably talked a lot differently. So let me get back to that reading. All right, so here we go. This is the first reading. I believe this should be the first one because it says channeling on 15-month-old Evelyn Boswell. So yeah, this should be right. Okay. Can you hear it, Tara? Well. It's interesting too because
for Evelyn
my voice
Boswell,
was gone then.
15-month-old baby who was not reported missing since December.
Like, what's
I want to say at first they said it was the 21st, but then we found out it was later. It was actually the 10th the last time somebody saw her. Again, I don't know if I have those dates incorrect, but I do know she was missing apparently since December 10th of 2019. So, the spirit guide one, Manuela, is basically it's telling you what your spirit guides want you to know and the way that you can increase that ability. So that's what the spirit guide one. It's the same price. All of them are $5.55. So $5.55. So that's just a special I'm running while I'm doing these. Like I said, but I want to go ahead and get out Evelyn's. Like I said, because Evelyn, it's reminding me a lot, honestly, and I don't know how y'all feels, and I kind of want to just see y'all's hands up. Is this feeling like a Casey Anthony vibe to y'all? Or is this just me? Does anybody else feel like this is Casey Anthony? Like she took the story from Casey Anthony and the fact that the Ballows pulled all the bullshit that they pulled for these last few months. I feel like this girl thought that she could just do whatever, and her family is so in on it. Like they were saying, I want to say the grandmother or whatever, is arrested now. And the boyfriend on suspicion. And again, if I didn't produce my two sons to say hello to my mother in one day, I guarantee you she would call them and report them missing, whether I wanted her to or not. She wouldn't even ask me. She would just do it, right? So, and I don't know. I'm just kind of feeling like I said, as far as Casey and these parents, I don't think that they thought she was thought that she was capable. And she wants to say that she knows who they were, right? Just how Casey Anthony said that the nanny Zanny, which also stands for Xanax on the street, is the one that took care of her child. So that's who supposedly stole her child. Now, this girl wants to say the reason she didn't say anything right away, from what I understand, is because she was worried that they were going to basically take off with this child, right? Well, at this point, they already took off with your child. So, and that's what takes me back to it, rather being the grandparents or somebody she knew. Because if she didn't stop it and didn't report it, she knew exactly who they were. She knew exactly what they were doing. And she knew exactly what the outcome would probably be. So, like I said, I'm going to read a few articles that I've gotten about her so far and her family, because I know the dad and the brother, like, were arrested for trying to, like, basically murder somebody or something like that. They stomped into somebody's house. But, basically, the first one, I'm just going to read it word for word because this is what they wrote and this is information that I got. Hey, you stop eating those chicken nuggets. Ugh, my cat's eating chicken nuggets. So we're going to start with, I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. The LE is currently looking for a gray BMW, the occupants of which car may have information about Evelyn. LE is not saying they believe the occupants of the BMW have Evelyn. The car, which they did not. The car was seen in VA. The mother is known to have family in VA. That's what I'm saying. So LE is not releasing the names of the occupants of the BMW, nor would the mother, or why they are seeking to speak to them at this point. The sheriff is putting up a $1,000 reward personally for the return of Evelyn because the mother's not doing shit. Neither are the grandparents. Like I said, their whole stories are a bunch of lies. So Evelyn was last seen by a babysitter on December 10th in Sullivan County. The baby's grandfather reported her missing. The mother has provided conflicting information, and they cannot rely on the information that she's provided. Casey Anthony. Mirroring. Certain information she has provided has been explicitly contradicted by video evidence and eyewitness testimony. Here's a picture of the little girl. And here is the booking information. This is going to be William Boyden Bryant McLeod, age 33, white male, ethnicity non-Hispanic, date of birth March 23rd, 86. Alias is Will McLeod. ID number, he was booked into custody today. Underneath is Angela May Boswell, age 42. She's female. She's white. She's non-Hispanic. She was booked today as well at 6:05 p.m. And she is in custody. Here is her booking information. So, obviously they had some shit to do with it, or they wouldn't be in jail. So, yeah, I mean, let me see. I think I have 2 screenshots of some of the stuff that she said, that I'm not going to go read the whole thing, but I am going to say the parts that I thought were a little bit inappropriate if she was actually trying to find her child. She said, well, the reason I didn't report it or anything was I knew the person who had her. No shit. And I didn't want them to run with her. Boswell said, and as soon as they thought anything was going on, they kind of vanished. So I'm just kind of worried, and where they're at, what they're doing with her at this point. That was one of her statements. The next one, she said, yeah, I probably would have called the first day. No shit, right? I should have, but I just didn't want them to run with her like they have now. So basically you're saying what you were scared they were going to do, they basically did anyways because you didn't do your job as a mother. So, and I'm not trying to be like harsh, but it's like, let's if people who have kids here, let's be honest. Again, your kid's missing for 2 months and you don't report it. That ain't some Casey Anthony style shit, and the way she's telling the story. And the grandparents didn't really report it until way later too. And then she said, in a way I knew that as soon as anything went down, this person was going to disappear, and they have. And they have tried to find them. They won't answer the phone call. So basically saying she knows who they are, but they won't answer. So, like I said, now they have these people in custody, so I'm guessing that's who they're supposed to be. But either way, I kind of feel like she's a little bit in on it. So, okay, so basically the days, weeks, and month leading up to her disappearance, like I said, you have the 8 of Wands in reverse, which means something with communication was coming in a bit slower, but more harsh than what it would be. It's harsh either way, but with it coming in this way, upside down for the weeks, days, and months leading up, it's going to be running a little bit slower. So that's something that was going on the days. So somebody was communicating something that was an action, an idea. They wanted to make a plan. So they were communicating it, but it was going to be put into motion very slowly with the wands. So, but there was a lot of communication going on about it. So let's see what else is here. That's too many cards, baby. Just one or two. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and ask her. She's basically saying whatever came in, what they were offered the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups, whatever offer they got with the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Cups came in, and the person who was taking the offer rejoiced about the offer. They felt it was a good offer, so they went ahead and took it. So, and I'm feeling like it's the mom, to be honest. So, I said I'm getting a very Casey Anthony vibe with her. I don't think her story jives, and I don't agree. So let's see why the Nine of Cups are here for Evelyn. Yeah, there was the equal give and take. So they made an equal give and take with this child. They traded off something for something else. That's what the Six of Pentacles is. It's an earthly thing. So whether it's money, other earthly things. So yeah, they are basically, like I said, they were coming in with slow, harsh communication. The person took the offer, which was communicated, and the Nine of Cups came out. So they rejoiced in that offer, and they went ahead and made the trade, and that's what made the equal Six of Pentacles come out of give and take. So, like I said, we were doing this reading for Evelyn at this moment, so I want to thank you to everybody who's coming in the room. If you give it a thumbs up and you're here to help us find Evelyn, I greatly appreciate it. Like I said, it'll bring in more positive energy for Evelyn so that we can find her. Again, I'm sorry. I do need to get some antibiotics. So, the day that she disappeared, I want to know what the mother and everybody else was doing. So the day that she disappeared, Evelyn, can you tell me what was going on the day you disappeared? 3 cards came out. So somebody came in and offered something not good because it's reversed. So this, again, I said earlier, somebody was coming in with the Eight of Wands, and they were coming in with harsh communication really, like, slowly, but it was a plan. So this person went ahead and decided to take that plan that day, which brought out the Death card in reverse, which ended a cycle. So when they did that, it started a new cycle, which is the Fool. So that all happened very early in the day that she disappeared. Or the day leading up to it. I apologize. I keep getting coughs. Yeah. The reason that they kind of went ahead and passed her on is because of the world. I felt like the mother wanted a new start, and she felt that the girl was in the way. So that's kind of why the world's here. I feel like I said, it's a brand new start. It's a brand new cycle. Hold on, my cat's eating more chicken nuggets, and I'm going to grab a water. No more chicken nuggets. Get down. Yeah. So the mom went ahead and went along with the backwards ass plan, which ended in the death cycle in reverse. So it's the ending of a cycle for a new one. So she passed, she was okay with moving on so that she could have a new start for herself with the world, because the world is a new start. So let's see what else went on the day that she disappeared. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune spun. So it's basically the same thing. It's almost like the universe stepped in kind of and spun the wheel. So whenever this card comes out, usually when someone ends up missing or something like that, I feel like it was something that was like whether somebody else made it happen or the universe stepped in and made it happen for some reason. But we have clarifying cards. So that's going to explain to us more who possessed the Wheel of Fortune energy and why. But I'm still feeling like it's the mom that spun the Wheel of Fortune because it's not reversed. If it was reversed, it would have been the opposite. Where are you at now, Evelyn? How can we find you? Where are you at now, Evelyn? Where can we find you? All right. So the Magician came in reverse, which is manipulating. Rex. No more. I'm sorry, you guys. Hold on one second. Okay. So the Magician came in reverse. So the Magician has all, if you look at it this way, he has all the tools. So he possesses all the signs. He has the pentacle, or the pentacles, the sword, the wand, and the cup. So when it's in reverse, he's basically using it for all the wrong reasons. So that is what she is telling me, what she feels, where she's at right now. And she's saying the Magician manipulated things to make it seem like whoever the Magician is they're manipulating things to make it seem like there was this happy home and there was nothing to be concerned about, but that's not true because the Magician's in reverse. So there were things to be worried about. They're hiding it. So they were hiding the fact that it was not a happy home with the Magician. So the Magician. Why is the Magician here? Who is it? The Magician brought in the tower, and the Magician was waiting for something to come in, or something finally did come in with the three. My cat keeps trying to steal stuff, and I'm sorry, I'm distracted. He usually doesn't bother me this much right now, but he is trying to steal everything that's on the table in front of me, and I apologize. But again, it's the Three of Wands. So that's like waiting for a ship to come in, and it finally did. So this person made this plan, which is the mother. Like I said, the mother made the plan with the Magician to manipulate so that she could pretend she had a happy home. She shook the foundation with the tower, and she's kind of now, she pretended that, like, everything's fine. Evelyn's with somebody else, and she's just kind of there. Like, she's already said everything that she knows, so that's how she's pretending. That's kind of how I feel with the Three of Wands in reverse with that particular card. So let's see what comes out next with the Tower and the Three of Wands in reverse. Yeah, she feels like there was bickering. There was Seven of Wands. So that means there was people involved that were starting problems. They wanted to cause problems. So, yeah, that's kind of why the Seven of Wands is here. So there was, she is showing me at the time where she disappeared that the mother was being manipulative, or somebody else within the family, to make their home life seem happy. They basically shook the foundation when they did what they did with her. And I also want to thank everybody else for being in the chat. Like I said, we were about to start clarifying the cards that we just laid down. So for the days, weeks, and months that she went up to missing, we're going to see what was planned and why, because it is showing me it was planned. So the Eight of Wands is in reverse, which means that basically somebody came in with an offer. Sometimes it can be a little bit slower, but it is an offer. So, but it's not a good offer when it's in reverse most of the time. So like I said, she also has the Nine of Cups, which means she accepted it and she rejoiced with that offer, and she went ahead and made a trade with the Six of Pentacles. So we're going to clarify those cards and see why she did that. So with the Eight of Wands in reverse, what was the purpose of the Eight of Wands in reverse? Because she wanted to go party. The Three of Cups just came out. Sorry, y'all. I gotta get underneath the chair. She wanted to go party. She didn't want to be a mom anymore. She was young. I wish she like 19. She just turned 19. Yeah, she was over it. And then here it go again, because this is like, the Three of Cups is like partying. As you can see, it's overindulgence. I mean, it's not always a bad card, but it is overindulgence. It can be. So, with this card too on top of it, it's basically like drinking upon celebrating upon celebrating. So it was almost like I finally got rid of this situation, is how I feel like in my head. That's what I'm hearing. I finally got rid of the situation and I'm going to enjoy myself. So why are the Nine of Cups here for the weeks, days, and months leading up to your disappearance, Evelyn? Can you tell us why? Again, the Magician was being manipulative, and they brought in the Page of Pentacles. So they brought somebody in with an earthly offer, and they offered to trade. And so the Magician also has Pentacles. So they traded Pentacles for Pentacles. if that makes sense. So basically, they traded an earthly item for another earthly item, with the card underneath it being the Six of Pentacles, which is give and take. So that's the card that came out for the Nine of Cups. You have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is basically worried about himself and his own emotion. He's looking at the Six of Pentacles like, give me what I want. They're both turned away from each other, but the King of Cups is faced towards the Wheel of Fortune. So he knows his offer is going to make a big, big change. So why is the Fool here with the Death card and the Ace of Wands? Why is the Ace of Wands the Death card and the Fool card here? Because the Emperor came out in reverse. So they gave her to the Emperor in reverse. The Emperor in reverse, if you look at him upright, he's stone cold, basically. He sits on stone. He's wearing steel boots. He has his scepter. He has his crown. But he's looking out the corner of his eyes. Like, he pretty much doesn't do anything. He makes everybody else do it for him. He doesn't get his hands dirty. So whoever they got to do that for them, I do feel is a man. And now it usually represents a grandfather, to be completely honest, because you see the beard too. It can represent a grandfather figure. So it isn't a step grandfather or something like that in custody. I'm not really sure. Again, here's the Three of Wands again in reverse, and I know we had it somewhere else. But it's with the World. So again, they were waiting for a brand new world. So they were waiting for this person to come in, or this is the Two of Wands. So they're waiting for this person to come in and take the child so they could go ahead and have that brand new start. And the world's in their hands. So as I'm saying, she figured once she got rid of this child, she would have a brand new start. So that's what she was doing. Let's see why the Wheel of Fortune is here. I'm not going to say her. I almost feel like it was they. I feel like it was all of them. So let's go ahead and do the Wheel of Fortune and see what that gives us. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here for when you went missing? Because they didn't want to work on making things work within the earthly realm anymore, as far as with her. The home, jobs, the money, anything. They didn't want to spend money on her. They didn't want to deal with anything that had to do with her. So they basically flipped up the home upside down and used the Ten of Cups. And like I said, the Ten of Cups flipped upside down is an unhappy home. So that's what they did whenever she spent the Wheel of Fortune to get rid of her, to make her disappear. When she did that, she came out of a resting state, because I feel like she was resting in the sense of like, not a good rest, almost like she felt like she had to be home because she had to be. You know what I mean? Like, once she got rid of this Eight of Pentacles in reverse and this Ten of Cups in reverse, she could finally come out of rest and be who she really wanted to be, right? And do what she really wanted. So next we have the Ten of Cups again. So this is after her disappearance. So now she's happy, and she used her manipulation skills with the Magician in reverse to do so. Let's see what the cards come out for that. What do you want to tell us, Faye, about who was involved? Once they did that, they did it for money, I believe, or they did it for some earthly offer. They traded something for something else, because again, Pentacles is an earthly offer. So it was a big offer too. So most people, like I said, it's a good offer, but not this situation. It should be in reverse. It's not, but I feel like it should be. Because again, it's not a good offer, because the Tower came out underneath it and the Three of Wands again in reverse. So it's not a good offer. I mean, I know it's upright, but it's not a good offer. Yeah, because with the Tower coming out and the Three of Swords, she is feeling anxiety where she is. She is feeling a bit of anxiety and depression. And again, I understand she's a baby, but babies get used to their surroundings. And she was, 15 months old? So yeah, I'm pretty sure she knew who her mother was, and grandfather and grandma and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, she's having a little bit of a hard time right now adjusting, because she doesn't really know where she is. And that's maybe why she's being a bit defensive with the Seven of Wands, because the Seven of Wands is here next. And this is the last card for the clarifying, and then we'll pull a couple other ones. Yeah, the Seven of Wands, whoever has her, they're not really showing emotion. They're very immature. They're more doing it for themselves and not to they don't even really want to gain anything. It almost seems like it's just to mess with the other person, or because they just don't care. Like I said, if it's a cup to me, it's like it's because they got too much emotion or they don't have any at all. So I'm going to go ahead and clear the board, and we're going to do some angel answers for her. Does anybody have any questions they want me to ask her before I go ahead and move on to angel answers? Because it is a completely different deck. So I'm going to eat these chicken nuggets because my cat's about to eat them. So I apologize. Hi, Mika. Or Muka. I'm sorry. I think so. As far as the boyfriend, yeah. Oh, and I did see somebody say about Lisa. I have talked to her. She was gonna set the timer to try to meet us, but again, she's very tired, so she might sleep through it. So she might not catch the chat till tomorrow. So I'm gonna ask. What is the question? Did Maggie's boyfriend? Why does she have two names, by the way? Because my name's Megan. I don't call myself Maggie. Is that her middle name? Does anybody know? Oh yeah, could you tell me who Hunter is again, Miss Texas? I don't remember. The dad's out of town. Well, actually, I think Hunter's supposed to be the biological dad, right? Miss Texas? Yeah, I think he was supposed to be the biological, or at least she lied or something and said it was the guy that, like, in the Air Force or something. Yeah. I just know she dated some guy for like 3 months and basically like tried to change her name on Facebook, and he was like, she's a creepo. So, oh, and she used to like slit her wrist, like try to like cut herself and do self-harm on the school bus. That also came out later. So she was basically under psych evaluation at a very young age. So I'm going to say 3 to 4, Lady D, to be completely honest. I think it's her whole family. I think they all know where the kid is, pretty much. Again, I'm not sure of the mother's relationship with whoever she was arrested with. I'm pretty sure it's her husband, her second or third or whatever husband. And then I found out later the dad that's supposed to be the dad of the girl is not the dad of the girl, from what I understand. Yeah, I'll ask that. Yeah, dad's in Army. Well, I heard it's not even that actually isn't even his kid. I heard he came out and said that that's not even actually his kid. It's some kid. It's somebody else she was like messing with at the same time. So I don't know. But we're about to see. Like I said, I'm gonna cut it. So if y'all, like I said, I'm gonna ask about the boyfriend, and I'm gonna ask about which situation she's in. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do next. I asked her what did Hunter have to do with disappearance, the boyfriend, and she's telling me it was about love. So it was a 2 of cups of emotion. So it's supposed to be an equal give and take of emotion. So she's saying that whoever was in on it was 2 people, and it was an equal give and take of emotion. They both agreed upon it to happen. And this is again about the mother and boyfriend. So why do they have the 2 of cups? What were they trying to accomplish with that? Straight love, I guess. I guess the mother wanted all the attention on herself and not the daughter. So that's why she figured maybe getting rid of the daughter would get her out of the relationship so she didn't have to deal with it anymore. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm feeling. She's not reversed, but that's still what I'm feeling. Like I said, I feel she felt the daughter was getting in the way a bit and like was getting too much attention and she didn't like it. I asked her what else about Hunter, and she told me that he was 7 of Wands, so which means he was always bickering and fighting. I'm gonna ask her with who. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which I'm guessing is her mother, because her mother's lying. I don't know her birth date, but it's almost like right now she's trying to care. Like she's trying to act like she cares, right? And that's why she did what she did. But in reality, she's scorned. And for some reason, I don't know what's pissed her off so bad. But like I said, she's got the Two of Cups wanting emotion. Then she has the Queen of Cups wanting to possess emotion as if she is the queen, which is Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer traits. So it's like she feels she's the Queen of Cups, but I don't feel she is because there's a lot of conflict going on around it. And she's actually showing up as the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which means that she's she can be very manipulative and basically kind of lie about everything. I think it's the boyfriend and the mother, and they both know more than what they're saying, as well as some of the family. I said a kid don't go missing for 2 months, and neither sets of grandparents ask where the kid is for 2 months. Actually, I asked her what she feels where she's at, and she is feeling there will be a victory in the end. So she is saying that with all their conflict and stuff, a victory will come. With all the conflict, a victory will come out of it. So let's see why the Six of Wands here. It's a cross. It's going to be above the Queen of Pentacles, so it's going to come out underneath it. Why is the Queen of Pentacles? The Queen of Pentacles in reverse because they are overindulgent. It would mean they could be overindulging in drugs, alcohol, anything like that. So yeah, I think the mother is dabbling in drugs possibly, or somebody that she knows is. And maybe she did some type of trade for drugs or money so that she could do so. The Nine of Cups came out. So the Nine of Cups is saying that somebody will come in very quickly, and that's how she feels. They're going to come in very quickly, and they're going to spill the emotions, spill the beans kind of thing. So that's how she feels. She feels that she is going to have a victory because the Knight of Wands is going to come in and make sure of it. Like I said, because the person who did it or who is involved in it, they're all overindulging. And that's why I say 3 or 4 at least, because there's 3 cups. So it's like it's like a 3-party thing. So what's the last card for the Knight of Cups? What is the Knight of Cups offering you? He's offering almost like a intellectual stability, I guess. He wants her, I guess, maybe to be able to voice herself a little bit better, and maybe she's not doing so. And he's helping her to do that where she is and speak. I know she's a baby, so I mean it's almost impossible. But or use her thoughts maybe. I don't know. You said usually the King of Swords kind of possesses, thoughts, actions, brand new ideas. It's the same thing as kind of like the Wand. It's brand new ideas, brand new starts. But it's usually it's like kind of like starting a new project or starting a new job or something like that. So that's who's kind of like helping her. I mean, the Knight or the King of Swords is helping her where she is to maybe put it more in order. Hi to everybody coming in the room. Like I said, I want to thank y'all again for joining us. That's crazy, Kimberly. So, yeah. Yeah, I showed it, actually, Miss Texas. I showed the booking information. Let me see, hold on. Stupid fucking Samsung Pay. Okay. All right, so this is his. I said, I'm guessing this is her boyfriend or something. William McLeod, but it basically says he's 33, white male, and non-Hispanic. Date of birth is March 23rd, 86. He was booked today at 6 o'clock. He's in custody. So, and then underneath that is her. And I believe, again, this is her family member because it has her name. Angela May Boswell. I'm guessing that's the grandmother of some sort. She's 42. And again, the girl's only 19, so I'm guessing it's a mother or something like that. And she's female, also white. She was booked today at the same time. And she's also non-Hispanic, and her birthday is 1977, July 28th. Like I said, that is her booking information. And again, it's on the website Miss Texas just mentioned. In Sullivan County, Tennessee. If I pronounce anything wrong, y'all can feel free to correct it in the comments. Like I said, because sometimes I tend to say things backwards, even though, I mean, that's just the way my mind works. Sorry. So she was last seen, but the babysitter said the last time she had saw her was December 10th. So they believe the last day the baby was actually physically seen by anybody besides the lying mother and the lying grandmother and whatever her boyfriend is. So yeah, basically there's 8. Yeah, she said the last day that she was seen was the 26th, but it was actually the 10th of December, not the 26th. Like I said, an Amber Alert wasn't put out till February 18th of this year. So, and her dad was the one that actually called it in. Now, this is the one that she's saying is the part that she's connected to the gypsy side, okay, which is a crap. Okay, I'm going to call that out right now while I'm thinking about it. She says she's a gypsy, and that's a bunch of crap. And the reason why is because gypsies do believe in metaphysical things. So why she's on there talking to a reporter going, oh, well, all these tarot card readers and all these psychics are wasting the police's time. Because last time I checked, police don't sit behind a computer looking for a missing kid by watching tarot card readers or psychics. They kind of go on the word of the person who was supposed to be with them last, like you, Megan, Maggie, whatever your name is today. You were the one that was with your child last, not your mama. You and your boyfriend were. You and your boyfriend know where the girl is. Your mama probably knows where she is because y'all were all doing things like drugs and y'all decided to hide the situation once it went down. So like I said, you're not a gypsy because for one, your ass would be reamed right now for what you're saying and doing by the community that you are within, I believe. And number 2, where's all the jewelry for the baby? I said they usually are wearing necklaces, bracelets, rings, things like that. So if you look at the pictures of the baby, she doesn't have on earrings, she doesn't have on a necklace, she doesn't have on a bracelet, she doesn't even have on a baby ring. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's certain things that she's saying. Like I said, she's making fun of the metaphysical stuff, but yet gypsies believe in that. She's calling herself gypsy and saying all this stuff. But gypsies don't play with children. Like like you do not touch children. Like, and you do not lie about children. So the fact that she's acting like this was going on for 2 months and they're proud gypsies, no. That would not be acceptable within any gypsy community that I've ever known of. So, and then she wanted to say that it's not like there's some big ringleader. And again, I'm not one, but I do know in most areas, there is one main person that they kind of all do answer to. So again, she's wrong on that too. So like I said, maybe there's certain areas where they don't, but for the most part, when you move around like that, there's one person who kind of runs each area. So again, she's lying about that too, because that's not how gypsies work. And then, let's see what else I put down that, I thought was important. Yeah, like I said, she said first that we were wasting their time, the tarot readers and psychics, because the cops were listening to us apparently. And then the next day she goes on video and say that the cops are wasting their time, that they're not listening to her. So she's going to go get her baby herself that last night. And she has no baby this morning. And now her ass is sitting in jail and has been sitting there since 4 o'clock. So, yeah, I think that pretty much proves that she was full of shit last night too. And like I said, even during the interview, she's smirking. She's you can tell she's getting irritated. She says things and then she kind of like licks her lips or like bites her lips. And like, if you notice a lot of that, if you ever watch Body Language, like Conscious Truth on here did a video about her body language earlier. during that interview. If you check out her channel, like I said, that will show you like things like that, like how Chris Watts did. After he would say something that he shouldn't say, or he knew he was lying, he would lick his lips. As I say, because it's a way of like saying that you knew you said there's something wrong or dirty or something. Like it's wrong. You're lying. So it's kind of a way of like cleansing what you said. That's why when Shane did his interview, he talked about drinking water, because it was to rinse his dirty ass mouth from lying. So, anyways, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Like I said, this just pisses me off because it's a complete joke. She's made a joke out of her own daughter's disappearance, and then wants to blame it on everybody else. First, it's the tarot readers and the psychics. No, actually, first it's people that it was somebody that she didn't know that took the baby, or that she did know that took the baby, that they wouldn't answer the phone, but she wouldn't tell police who they were because she was concerned. Then she told them who they were, but they didn't have the baby. And so now she's sitting in, that's what I'm saying. Everything is just, like I said, it's too back and forth. That's what I'm saying. It's almost hard to keep up with. It's so annoying. Like I said, let me see. Yeah, on February 21st of this month, like I said, Maggie, whatever, she goes to juvenile court, right? She ignores the reporter after court and goes to the car and leaves. But then she calls the reporter back. And that's another thing when she's talking through the interview. She's making comments about the little girl, how she walks funny, things like that. That's kind of like, if your kid's missing, that's not really something that I would say. I mean, there was nothing that she was really saying. Again, and she wasn't calling her really by her name. She wasn't, it was, like I said, it was weird. The interview that she called back for, I said she wasn't crying. She wasn't distraught. She's not upset. I mean, at this point, she knows her daughter's been gone for 2 months, like I said, and then she's blaming it on her mother. Then it's the tarot psychic. Like I said, at first it's her mom's fault. Then it's the tarot psychic and reader's fault. And then now it's the police's fault. And now her ass is sitting in jail. So I wonder whose fault it really is. Or she's sitting in a police station at least. So the biological father is supposed to be Ethan Perry on active duty. But there's also an Eric Smith that she went to high school with, which they believe is the real father, actually, of the baby. So I don't know, Maggie or Megan, can you tell us who Eric Smith is? Because apparently that's who you were having a relationship with behind Ethan's back, and that's how you ended up pregnant, and why you don't know who the baby's dad is. So apparently that's an issue too. So let's see what else you've done. Oh yeah, she's saying that she couldn't take a lie detector test because she was pregnant. Last I checked, that doesn't have anything. It won't affect your pregnancy in any way because it's nothing but wires. And like I said, they're not even admissible in court. So I mean, I don't know. It's just to deny even taking the test, you already denied it, so that proves you're lying. And number two, like I said, even if you are pregnant, I don't care what anybody says. I said it does not affect your lie detector test whatsoever by you being wired up to a couple of wires that pick up your heartbeat, because you go to the doctor and do that every month when you're pregnant anyways. So, yeah, all of her story does not add up to her surveillance or eyewitness testimony. So I'm trying to see if there's anything that she's saying that everybody else is wasting their time finding her, but yet again, she went for 2 months and she's not even the one that reported the child missing. So like I said, it'd be interesting to know what group of gypsies she's actually claiming that she runs with, where she's from. She has 3 different aliases. And let's see, do I have anything else? No, at the moment, I don't. I'd still like to know if who's the real baby to Evelyn, though. Is it Eric or is it Ethan? Because I don't think she even knows. So, yeah, and then Hunter said that the whole time he dated her, he never saw Evelyn once. And actually, he never even said her. He said he never saw it once. So that was a bit odd, too. Because you were dating this girl for 2 to 3 months, she changed her last name on Facebook to your last name. And yet this girl had a baby. You knew about it. You never saw it. And you never wondered where it was or what it, anything like that. So, oh, she is arrested? Good. So I figured she would be. That's why I told Miss Texas on the way home. I said, she's not leaving. If she's been there since 4, she's not leaving. because, like I said, she's full of shit. She's wasted their time. Like I said, they could charge her with numerous things just for what she's done. Like I said, she didn't report the child missing. That's child endangerment. Like I said, I mean, that's like, I mean, I could go on forever. Like I said, lying to the police, wasting time, impeding investigations. You know, like, I mean, there's so many things they could charge her with that it's like that alone can give her 15 years in jail. And that's not even on top of what she's just done. Like I said, and she sits there and she smirks in her interview. And it's like, girl, like I said, if you watch A Real Grieving Mother, Gannon's mom, I mean, I know there's others, and I just can't think of it at the moment because I'm a little bit irritated with the way that she sat through that interview last night with that stupid smirk on her face. Like I said, you know, you look at, or Shanann's mom, you know, you look at these people when they're giving their interviews and like you cry with them, right? Like you want to hold them. You want to be like, oh my gosh, I'm here for you. You know, like this is such a horrible thing that's happened. You watch this girl in her interview and it makes you just want to smack the fuck out of her and be like, girl, like, you better tell us where that baby is, or we will, like, drag you and make you fucking tell us where she is, because this is getting to be ridiculous. Like I said, I'm glad she's in custody, but like I said, it shouldn't have taken this long. Whenever they found out that the grandfather's the one that reported it, and that she didn't report it, and that she first, like I said, first said it was the parents, then it was the psychics, and then it was the tarot readers that were messing it up for her. Then it was the cops themselves. And now she's arrested. As I said, it's a bunch of crap is what it is. That's what I'm saying. Then she's claiming to be a gypsy, but she's not, because gypsies don't believe in what she's claiming or saying, or everything that she's saying about it is not true. That's what I'm saying. Gypsies believe in metaphysical things. She's lying about that. So I don't know why she's making jokes about tarot readers and psychics, because they believe in that. Like I said, and three, like I said, they don't look like gypsies. Like I said, or they don't. Like I said, I know that there's some too that do wear regular clothes. That's what I'm saying. It would be interesting to know what group of gypsies she's claiming that she comes from. It's like they're too close to my kid's own age, and there's no reason at all to not report them missing, and then to sit there and run the police in circles on a wild goose chase, and then blame it on fucking tarot readers and psychics. So let me say, like I said, so you're telling me, like I said, the police are sitting at the police station watching our tarot card readings and our psychic videos. Not mine, because I'm not a psychic. Like I said, but that's what you're telling me. All of that's wasting their time. Bullshit. You wasted the time. You wasted 2 months, and then you've wasted this whole last week by going, well, I know where she is, but I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to go get her myself, but then you still don't produce her. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sick of it. Like I said, I don't understand where these people are thinking they can do this with their children, why they're getting away with it. That's why I said it's going to end up being a whole world of shit, like a whole can of some shit being open that you don't want opened soon, I think, because parents are going to start demanding more answers as to why things are not being done correctly about these children. So I don't know. Again, one. So again, she's showing me it was done because of love. They agreed upon it. That's why there's 2 of them.
I'm just gonna go from here because it's glitching a lot and it's hard to get it.
Float musicians, just some other fucking dumb shit. Thanks for joining us. So why are the 2 of Cups here? Because of the Tower. So Hunter is the one that did it. The Tower is here. That means he is the one who shook the foundation by telling the mother that he loved her, and that the best thing that they could do was to get rid of her. Because if she is truly pregnant, it was a way to get rid of that child and start over, so they didn't have to deal with Ethan. Because she seemed very irritated by Ethan in the interview. Why is there so many trolls in here? Who wants to get a life? So, the Tower. Why is the Tower here? She dropped 2 cards. Because you have the King of Cups again. He was all up in his emotions, acting like a dickhead, and he wanted everything. He had the 7 of Cups energy, so he wanted everything. Like he was overindulging. This is the sex, drugs, rock and roll card, basically. So he came in with a backwards emotion, and all he was caring about was making sure that he got the best of everything for himself and her. He's trying to act like he don't care about her now because that's what he's been told to do. But, I mean, he might not. I don't think he ever really probably cared about her that much to begin with. I don't know. But either way, he sure as fuck don't care about her now. That's for sure. He's trying to distance himself as far from her as possible. Anyway, so what is your grandmother and her boyfriend know about this? What do they have to do with it? Evelyn, can you tell me? They thought it would give her daughter and them some independence from the child. I think the child was with them the most. And so I think that's why there's the independence card. So the grandmother felt that that would free their independence from that child, and that because they were drug addicts. They are drug addicts. They got the 7 of cups. You can clearly see the mother and the boyfriend, or the grandmother and the boyfriend, her boyfriend, are drug addicts. And so is Megan, Maggie, Boswell, Woods, whatever her name is. And so is Hunter. So let's see why the 9 of Pentacles is here for the grandmother and the boyfriend. Yeah, they were holding on tight with the 4 of Pentacles. So basically money. They were holding on tight to what they wanted, the things they felt they deserved. And they felt she was getting in the way of it, right? Oh, thank you. So let's see why the 4 of Pentacles is here. So yeah, they rejoiced in it. So the grandmother and the boyfriend were completely in on it. So what I'm kind of feeling like what happened just from this, and I'm not even clarifying yet, the mother and the boyfriend killed. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. I think the girl is passed, and that's the energy I feel. And I am going to use my pendulum at the end before I do angel answers, because I'm getting pulled towards it to ask her directly. I said I'm not going to guarantee it's going to work great because I'm still learning to use the pendulum, but I will ask you to show me yes or no. I will ask it to tell me if it's Evelyn, and then I will ask her if the boyfriend or the husband had anything to do with it. So, wait, not the boyfriend or the husband, but the boyfriend or the grandparents had anything to do with it. I was going to say grandparents. I know it's her boyfriend, but I mean, let's be realistic. You can see why they're dating. They're drug addicts. So I'll go ahead and clarify. Anyways, welcome to everybody joining the room. As y'all are coming in, if you can give it a thumbs up, I'd greatly appreciate it. We're about to start the clarification for Evelyn and her mother, the mother's boyfriend, and the grandmother and her boyfriend. Because she came in with the King of Swords energy in reverse, which is over the Queen, which means not off with just someone's head. It means that anybody who gets in her way, she was going into the King of Wands. She's overstepped the Queen and she became the King. So like I said, this is Henry Tudor when he was like off with all of his wives' heads. That's the card that I relate that to. So she lost her shit. So then you have the 9 of Cups coming in with emotion. So let's see what that's about for the mother. Yeah, the mother let go of everything. She wanted nothing to do with her, the mother, the boyfriend, or even the kid's father, who like Ethan, because she didn't even tell Ethan the girl was missing. So yeah, she basically released all of her pentacles with the 9 of Cups. She released the emotions and she released the pentacles. She let go of everything, and she did that with the 9 of Swords coming in. Like I said, she came in quick and did something quick. I feel like she killed her, or she helped. And I hate to say that. I know she's missing person, but so the King of Cups is here with the 7 of Cups. Let's see why. King of Cups is reversed also because they decided to walk away from her and move on. And that's what they did. They walked away. They moved on. So why is the 9 of Pentacles here for the grandmother and the boyfriend? Because they're drug addicts and they were overindulging and partying. And that's the grandmother, the mother, and the father. Or... well, not father, because it's not her father. It's going to be her, the boyfriend, or the mother. Like I said, this is all women, but again, it's a 3-party energy, and they're all overindulging, and they're all overdoing everything. So, with the 9 of Cups, why is the 9 of Cups here, baby? Because someone came in a fast, harsh action, and they celebrated it, and they did something they shouldn't have done. So that is all the clarifying spreads. Does anybody have any questions? And I'll go ahead and ask them for you before, like I said, I mean, I know we have some other questions, but I know y'all might have some questions that y'all want to ask. So I'm going to go ahead and clear the board, add the cards back to the deck, and then I can go ahead and ask any questions that y'all might have. But if y'all do have questions, if y'all can write them in all caps, that will help me because it'll stand out more. So, and I might have to write down your questions depending on how many I actually get. Like I said, if y'all can write y'all's questions and all.
All right, you guys. So I think we're gonna stop that here. And the main reason why is again because with the internet kind of being glitchy and stuff, I think we're already an hour and 20 minutes in. And yeah, I think we're just gonna finish it like maybe tomorrow or Friday. Or wait, tomorrow's Friday or Saturday. I don't know, Tara, if you're free. I know you said that y'all might be going to dinner and stuff, so I know people might be busy on Valentine's Day. Okay. So if you're free tomorrow, I can do it tomorrow. It doesn't have to be in the evening. I can do it during the day. But again, I just kind of wanted to rewatch the readings I did before I watched the trial. I mentioned that in the beginning of the video. You know, for anybody who's here now that wasn't here when I started the live, this was like a mashup. I'm going to do. I think I did like 4 or 5 readings on Megan Boswell. You know, in the beginning when they couldn't find Evelyn, and then when she was arrested and all that kind of stuff. So this is the first 2 reading that I did kind of mash up live. And then yeah, it's just the readings of what happened. And then again, we're gonna watch the trial. I'm gonna watch the trial at the end, but I wanted to go ahead and stream the trial. I was gonna watch it on here anyway, so I was just gonna stream it. But yeah, well, when you find out tomorrow what's going on, just let me know. Yeah, with the schedule. Yeah. So just let me know when you do find out. But again, I can stream it tomorrow and then I'll just put the link up whenever I create the link. So whoever joined tonight, I want to thank you for joining the replay of my readings from 4 years ago. And the reason I'm doing that because Megan Boswell was found guilty of murdering her daughter Evelyn. I found out today, so that's why I dated it that day. But if the date was a different day, I'm going to go ahead and look that up and I'll change it, after the video uploads. And then, I'll go ahead and cut and edit the video too after it uploads. So thank you again for everyone that just joined me. And I hope y'all have a great rest of the night. And I hope you have a good Valentine's Day tomorrow if I don't see y'all or talk to y'all. But have a good night and take care. Bye.